Salaman. Welcome to lecture 71, part 2, Purpose of Hajj in the Light of the Quran. So in the last lecture I give you all the details regarding the meaning of the Hajj and what should be the purpose of this. So in this lecture I will finish this. This is the second lecture now, and then after that we'll start new lecture. The real purpose of Hajj is for the leaders of the world to get together for all levels, and any time for discussing the problem facing them collectively and individually and finding their solution. Nothing of that sort happened at the time of any Hajj. This Hajj is, I think, from centuries. So you will not find anything that they are sitting over there discussing problem over there, nothing. Just they are doing some worshipping, some ritual. We will discuss those ritual in this lecture. So nothing of that sort happened at the time of any Hajj. The intention or the specific command of the Quran is not put into practice, and that is why the congregation every time turned out to be more problematic than helpful. So the existing Hajj, the gathering or the assembling, it causing more problem means economically we are weakened, and the Saudi government, they are taking this money, and then they are the allies of their bosses. So this money is going from there to somewhere else. So the purpose of Hajj is to remove all kind of obstacle which deviate the humanity from the profitable path of Allah's laws. So this verse 20, 22, 25, إن الذين كفروا يصدون عن سبيل الله والمسجد الحرام الذي جعل للناس سواء العاكف فيه والباد ومن يرد فيه بالحاد بظلم نذقه من عذاب أليم. So their translation we have made open to all men, not women, not entire of the world. Dwell in it and visitor from the country are equal there as regard to sanctity and pilgrimage, Hajj and Umrah. So this is a translation. But what Quran is saying, the purpose of Hajj, indeed those who hide the bounties of nature laws, kafaru, who disacknowledge the truth, economic policy, justice policy, social policy, and hinder the people from the profitable path of Allah's law, an sabilillah, profitable path of Allah's laws, where the people get benefit, all kind of benefits, and prohibition of mind thinking. Well, Masjid al-Haram, the masjid does not mean that this concrete and steel building for worshipping. No, masjid from sajda. Sajda means when you make the decision from your mind after thinking. So actually your mind is, when agree with the Quranic law, that is the masjid. So all these Masjid al-Haram, the Quran saying they are prohibited because in these places there are thousands of mosques all over the world, Makkah, Medina. Their Quran saying it's a Masjid al-Haram, prohibited one. Because in the Quran there is no worshipping. no five-time prayers, and all what ritual they are doing, it is not available in the Quran. So that is why the Quran is saying, Masjidul Haram, where you restrict the Allah, that place or the people who restrict the Allah's law, that is the Masjidul Haram. So all these masjid, that is the reason results are not coming. What they are doing? From centuries they are praying, supplication, praying to Allah, and what is the result? Negative. It is a kind of insanity they are doing. They are repeating again and again and again. It's intoxication, which we have made equally for humanity, loving people. Jal nas swan, nas, humanity loving people, regardless race, color, religion, nothing. Whether they are continuing in a course of section of Hajj, mission despite difficulties, al-akafa fihe, they should do it. You will find some resistance, some hindrance. Or they are manifesting the purpose of Hajj. So clearly give the people that what we are doing. And whoever want to deviate with the injustice, وَمَنْ يَرْدِفُ فِيهَا بِالْحَادِ بِالْظُلْمِ Lahat. You know, when the Muslim made the grave, they put a little bit side, not direct. They are they are digging a little bit one side, and they put the dead body. There is a ad, bezul, crimes, dislocation from the pivotal position. So what we are doing now in the Hajj, we are doing bilhad and zulm. It is not a Hajj. We will experience agreeable pain, intellectual judgment. Nadakahu min azabun alim. Why I am saying writing the agreeable pain? Because you agree on this Hajj. And you are feeling the pain of the what Saudi Arabia is doing, what the royal family is doing, how much benefit we are getting. So this is a pain we have. Billions of dollars going to the drain. Pain. And the still condition of the Muslim is worse than yesterday. So that is why Quran is saying, what Hajj you are doing now, it is azabun alim. It's your sorrow, your grief, your money. Every year you are becoming economically weak. And who has a strong economy, he has the control. Look, like Saudi Arabia, here they have money and now they are controlling everything. So this is one purpose that you should bring the result. In verse 22-28, the Quran explains the purpose of Hajj to protect the humanity from corruption, perplexity, and monster kind of oligarchies. The Quran has used for oligarchy, mushrikun, shirk, but I have made the translation of oligarchy. So what is oligarchy? It's a small group of people having control of a country, organization or institution. So now the Europe and America, they are controlling the world by their whatever the weapon they are using. So let me enumerate you, summarize you, this form of the oligarchy. Minority oligarchy. In some countries or in some groups, the minority which is controlling the, this resources or the people, that is known as minority oligarchy. Like USA or the five countries who have the vetoes in UNO, so they are controlling the UNO. If the General Assembly with majority pass some resolution, they will put the veto finish. So they are the biggest oligarchy. Similarly, in India, Hindus they are controlling Brahman. In Pakistan, Shia, they are controlling. So this is all oligarchy. Competitive oligarchies, business group or corporation may be considered oligarchies. Now, you have in Western country, there are 57 richest people in India, and also the corporation. Whatever they want to do, they do it. They are all oligarchies. So then, intellectual oligarchies. Lawyer, the doctor, the priest, the literary man, the professor, the movies artist, and the politician. They are also oligarchies. They are looting the common person. Aristocracy oligarchy, form of government that places power in the hands of small, privileged ruling class aristocrats. Dictatorship oligarchies. This is democracy is the biggest dictatorship. Royal family dictatorship. Democracy, it is a dictatorship of the democratic and republican. Just they change the terms, the 4 years. The same people are sitting, they're controlling you. Iron law oligarchy, where you put the very strong, like in Burma, like in African countries, the the army, the general, they're controlling. In Pakistan, army is controlling. Very strong now. Monarchy oligarchy, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and this England, Queen of Elizabeth. So this is a monarchy. Democratic oligarchy, this is looking at what democracy has done with this wonderful planet, beautiful planet. They make every nation, their slave. Western countries, American, they're both together and they're controlling all the resources of the poor nation by using different weapons, by changing the government, by petrodollar, by democracy, by dictatorship. So they're all. So this is the purpose of the Hajj. The Quran says that Ibrahim did it. And then Quran says, لا يشهدوا منافع لهم وذكر اسم الله في أيام المعلومات على ما رزقهم من بهيمة الأنعام وكلوا منها وآتهم الباس الفقير. This من بهيمة الأنعام, they are the all oligarchy. They are all oligarchies. بهيمة الأنعام. So, what they are saying, all our classical translators, reward of Hajj in the hereafter. You have a hunger now, or you need your salary now, or after 30 days. And if You will promise that you will get your salary after 1 year. Would you accept it? So this is the pathetic situation we have. These are the translation of the Quran. They destroy the Muslim nation. And also some worldly gain from trade and mention the name of Allah and appointed days, 10th, 11th, 12th. Did you find this dates from the Quran? No. And 13th of July, over the beast of the cattle, that he has provided for them for sacrifice at the time of their slaughtering by saying Bismillah, Wallahu Akbar, Allah Manaka Alaika, then eat therefore and feed therefore the poor, have you very hard time. So this is what is the purpose of Hajj they have. So slaughter and give some poor and stay over there 10 days. This is your Hajj. It's a shame. Go and check the Quran. So now, what is the purpose of Hajj? So, translation, so that they may witness what you have done during the discussion or after the making the discussion, you implemented them and the result will come. So then Quran says, so that they may witness the step or reform which have been carried out for their beneficial or betterment. Manafa lahum. This is the purpose of Hajj. Poverty, injustice, dictatorship, freedom from the freedom restriction laws, human rights. This is Manafa. And remind or promote wazakru. What? The lofty law of Allah, Ism Allah. Lofty laws, eminence laws what is available in the Quran. In this assigned period of acquaintance, fi ayamun malumat, when you are meeting to each other, you are getting the information from each other. Then you implement this information, which will provide you provision for your body and as well as food of thoughts, your mind. Allah ma rizqan. Rizq means intellectual sustenance, nourishment, and as well as body provision. To protect you from these ambiguous and perplexed bullies or monsters, they are all oligarchic. They have translation that this is the beast you have to slaughter. But Quran is saying that these perplexed bullies or monsters, all our leaders, religious leaders, political leaders, our rulers, they are all now Bahimatul Anam. They are all oligarchic. They are controlling the world. So that you may exercise your authority of reasoning. Fakalu minha in the subject. It does not mean fakalu or eating. It means exercise your authority of reasoning in this subject. Minha. It is not a lamb or camel or beast eating. No. Fakalu, exercise the authority. And provide economical refreshment. This is the purpose of Hajj. Economically, you should support each other. It's a one family on this planet. It's a beauty. One is a black, one is a white, one is a brown, and all the languages are beauty. All the civilization, culture, they are the flower of beauty, But the main thing, common thing, economy and social system, justice system, what Quran is saying, that implement this. To those who are in sorrow, misery, albas, Now 70-80% population of this planet is now there in sorrow and albas, grief, without food, without shelter. This is the purpose of Hajj. And Muslims are wasting billions of dollars, $200 billion they are investing or putting for the purpose of Hajj to make their meter zero. And those whose spine has been broken by the calamity of the poverty, those people, their business, like in now Ukraine, like in Palestine, like in Pakistan, the situation is very bad. Like in Afghanistan, where they are recovering, like Sudan, they are the fakir because their spine has been broken by the calamity of the poverty. Backbone has been broken. So this is the purpose of Hajj. That economically help each other, don't allow to accumulate the wealth in few hands. So, but what we did Muslim? The Muslim are the inheritor of Ibrahim mission of Hajj. But they have completely ruined the institution of Hajj and replaced it by holy business for minting money, innumerable time, wasting rituals and useless customs. So this is the day. In 2 verses I have explained what is the purpose of Hajj and what Muslim did, it is in front of you. Here is a summary of the ritual fabricated by Islamic priesthood and Muslim ruler against the institution of the Hajj. Now what is the purpose of the present Hajj now? The purpose of present Saudi Hajj fabricated by Islamic priesthood. What is that? Getting circumcised, shaving pub hair, trimming mustache, clipping hand and toenails, plucking, undream their growth, wearing rada, this aram, piece of cloth over both shoulders, wrapping azar, having pair of stitches or unstitched sandals or footwear. Keep on chatting tabali. Oh Allah, here I am. Doing tawaf or going in circle 7 times around the cubic structure, the Kaaba is like a hammering round peg is a square hole. So this when they are saying, oh Allah, here I am, it means that Allah is only in Kaaba, in Medina. His law is everywhere. How stupid this nation. Doing Islam or kissing the backstone, this is a worst kind of, degradation of humanity. Just like honeybee, they are kissing that. And they're transferring the disease from each other. Going to for say, making 7 round trips between granite outcrops known as Safa and Marwa. Marching on the place called Mina, Arfat and Muzdalifah. Rami identify the act of throwing 7 pebbles at one or all of the 3 jamres or shaitan in the field of Mina. This is Hajj. Indiscriminate slaughtering livestock. They are running the economy of Australia and New Zealand. If 10 million or 5 million people are coming for Hajj, it means they have to import. In Saudi Arabia, there is no farming for the sheep and the lamb. And then their economy, they are the Saudi, local Saudi, so they are selling, this hides exporting to Western country. So this is their planning what they are doing. Economically they are very strong. And this money is coming from the poor people. Muslims waste billions of dollars per annum for the performance of the non-Islamic ritual of Hajj. You let me know, send me any verse where the Quran has mentioned about this ritual. Hundreds of people die while throwing stone at the shaitan. The main aim of Hajj is to accumulate as much as swab as possible, and they don't know the meaning of swab. It is a food, it is a cloth, it is a drink, it is a wine. They don't know what is swab. But their forefather told them, and they are coming. Nevertheless, this is not the intention of Allah to gather so many Muslims at one point without achieving any meaningful objectives. It turns out to be an exercise in futility. It's an insanity, not futility. It's insanity they are doing again and again. The current ritual of Hajj against the tenets of the Quran and is not going to be beneficial for the Ummah. Its banning will be the first step in the right direction. It is the job of the educated people, economists. They should come forward and put the demand to ban this Hajj because it is not in the Quran. And moreover, the people who bribe the official for going to Hajj can go to any limit for preserving the institution which according to the common belief constitute the fifth pillar of Islam. In Pakistan, I don't know about other countries, but in Pakistan they are paying a bribe because all the rich people they do a lot of sin and they want to make it zero. So that is why they pay the money. All the Hajj, people in Jeddah, in Riyadh, embassies, they're all corrupt. They're all taking money. I was over there 40 years, I saw all these things. Even all this department of Hajj in Pakistan, they're all corrupted. So how they want to finish this? No. So this is their Hajj, and in the 2-3 verses I have given the what is the Hajj of the Quran. Despite Ibrahim, the architecture of the Quranic Hajj faced grim situation. He executed his responsibility perfectly. Therefore, Allah assigned him the leadership of the people. So Ibrahim established this institution of Hajj to bring the poor people in a good shape. وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ رَبَّهُ بِكَلِمَاتٍ فَأَتْمَهُنَّ قَالَ إِنِّي جَاعِلُكَ لِلنَّاسِ إِمَامًا قَالُوا وَمِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِي قَالَ لَا يَنَالُ عَهْدِ الظَّالِمِينَ. And when in a very bleak situation, in a very hard situation, wearing, tearing situation in the society, his cherisher or Rabb or boss of the Quranic Federation, Allah, Rabb, assigned responsibility to Ibrahim. Ibtila Ibrahim Rabbahu. Just like to test the potentialities, abilities of the Ibrahim, just like you put the impure gold into the fire, and that will separate the copper and the gold, and that is known as ibtila. along with judgment, bekalamatun. Consequently, he executed it with perfection. Fatamahunna, not only one, his party, Fatamahunna, his group, his government. He said, I am going to assign you the leadership of your people. When he successfully did it, Kala inni ja'alakum linnasi amaman. We have made you the leader for those people, humanity living people, not Muslim, humanity living people, humanity loving people. Amam is from Ummi, mother. But what happened? There is Imam Hassan, Imam Hassan, Imam Ali. There are 12 Imam. They are the, rebellious of the Quran. Imam, the Quran has also mentioned this book is also Imam. But they said no, we have a 12 Imam. Then we have also in Sunni, they have also Imam. So this is the Imam. The duty of the Imam is this, that change the economic situation of his weak nation or other weak nation, give them all kind of help and arrange the Hajj for them, discuss with them, and then solve their problem. This is the subject, this is the object, or this is the job of the Imam. But our Imam, you know it. I don't want to talk with them because they are fanatic. Ibrahim argued, what about the governance of my young leadership? Akala min zurriyati, who are with me? Because they struggle with me, I want that you should also take care of it. And what is the response of the head of state, Allah or Rab? He said, my pledge is not for those who have been dislocated from the key position. Yes, I'll do it. But who have been dislocated from the key position and inflict harm and insult in the society, Kala la yanalu adi zalimin. I will not go with them. So now all our Muslim leaders, they're all zalimin. They have been dislocated from the pivotal position, from the key position of the Quran. They are not Imam. So this is the purpose of Hajj. Look, what is the response of the Quranic Federation? That yes, we agree, but my pledge is not for those who have been dislocated from the key position and inflict harm and insult in the society. Look over all the Muslim culture, society. There are all kind of dislocation over there. People are in suffering. They have sorrow, anxiety, rage. So this is the purpose of Hajj. The present Muslims have been dislocated completely from the pivotal position of the Quranic Hajj. As per above mentioned verse, Allah has honored his pledge with which he made with Ibrahim. This is the reason the present Muslims are living in a worse kind of economical and technological servitude of other nations. Yeah. We are praying, supplication. We don't want to, we cannot even manufacture needle. And this is awful degradation and humiliation for 2.5 billion Muslim herd of sheep. So this is the purpose of Hajj. If we will not discuss each other, why you are not making your own Quranic federation? What is the problem you have? But because all the Muslim head of state or political leader or religious leader, they are all oligarchic. They are all thieves. They are, Quran saying, Zalimeen. They are criminals. So Hajj is finished now. The next lecture will be the sacrificial lamb. I want to open the mind of the people who are sacrificing camel, lamb, goat, whatever, buffalo, cow. So this sacrifice has been common to the Muslim from Bible, from Judaism. Thank you very much.